What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going back and doing some videos on old games that I used to play. This video is going to be on Injustice: Gods Among Us. I've played this game on and off for 7, 8 years, give or take. I grew up with this game, basically. Played it all throughout, middle school, high school, elementary school. A little bit of elementary, I think. I think I started in like 4th or 5th grade. And then continued on. But I'm going to be doing a guide or overview on my characters and how far my progress I was able to go and take my account, things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's get started on story mode. I'm pretty sure I got all the way and beat it. And if not, I was close. Okay, I was on this page. So I was 3 away from beating the story. Not too bad, not too bad. Let's go ahead and show you guys my characters now. Actually, before I do characters, let's go ahead and do my gear. I was able to get some cool pieces. Like I did get Harley Quinn's revolver. That was always useful because I used Arkham Knight Harley Quinn all the time. Ancient Katana, I used a lot. I put it on Scorpion. Let's see. I got the carbon fiber mask for Batgirl. That's a really important piece there. Very, very, very important. I have Joker's long pistol. That's very important. Took my account and greatly improved it because I used the Arkham Origins team quite a bit. Demon Blade was something that I used. The Fourth World Plate, that's a very important gear piece. That's very hard to get. And then the Hyperspeed Plate I used quite a bit, and that's currently equipped on Reverse Flash. So that's really cool, guys. I mean, that's pretty much it for gear. I didn't really get that many pieces of gear in this game. Gear was kind of hard to come by. I mean, I did play for on and off for many years. And this is what I was able to do completely free to play. I was a free to play player. Take that, how you want it. One piece that I really did like was Mark of the Tiger. This gave you a 4% damage boost, so, really, really useful. But anyway, let's stop dilly-dallying and just get to the characters. So I'm going to go ahead and go by gold first. These are all my characters. So I'm going to kind of just scroll through and talk about some of the ones that meant the most to me and that I used the most often. The first one that comes to mind is Arkham Origins Bane. I used him for everything. As I said previously, I used the Arkham Origins team religiously. I used it so much. I just enjoyed the characters. The Arkham games were always my childhood. I played through them constantly. I play through them every year. At least once, just to kind of relive those days. But the Arkham team was, my team. It was my team. But Bane, he always did great for me. He's a very good character. I wish I got more copies of him when I played, but, one is all I ever really needed. I'm gonna be honest. He's great. Another one, Arkham Knight Batgirl. The Arkham Knight team, just like the Origins team, I used religiously because, again, it is the Arkham Knight IP. It's Arkham. Arkham Knight Batgirl was very powerful from what I can remember. And I paired her with some other cool characters, but she was pretty cool. Probably my strongest character on my account, which was actually my first gold character, was Batman. Just basic Batman. I got him all the way up to rank 7. He did wonders for my account. I loved his game style, his gameplay. Loved his gameplay. I could chain his attacks and his combos pretty frequently. He did wonders for me, and I just kind of like his suit in this form. Something about it, it's like the blue cape. It's just very simple, it's very me.
Batman.
I just really liked it. It was awesome. But that's my Batman. It's probably my strongest character on the account. Have some other cool stuff, but I didn't really use much of the Batmans other than that. Kondak Black Adam was pretty cool. I got 2 copies of him. Didn't use him that much because I'm just not a Black Adam fan, but he's pretty cool. Batman Returns Catwoman, I used sometimes. I don't have the nostalgia for Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, but I know other people do, and she was very useful in the game from what I can remember. So there's that. She's pretty cool.
Catwoman.
Let's see. Darkseid's pretty cool. Arkham Origins Deathstroke. Again, I use the Origins team all the time. Deathstroke was just one of those. He was awesome. He, I think, was the best Deathstroke in the game for a long time. I don't know if there's another Deathstroke in the game now. But there could be, like Teen Titans Deathstroke or something like that, or Elseworlds Deathstroke. There might be one of those that are better, but I'm pretty sure he's one of the better Deathstrokes in the game. But I paired him perfectly with Arkham Origins Bane and Arkham Origins Joker, and boom, you got a good team there. Let's see, just scrolling through. I did go ahead and get 2 copies of Green Arrow from the Arrow TV show.
Green Arrow.
This guy carried me for a lot of the early game. Just his electric arrow with his special one drains your opponent's energy, so that really helped me a lot. I just kind of spammed that and spammed combos and just took him out. But he was always very cool. He did a lot of good things for the account, and I'm just a big fan of the CW-verse, guys, so he was a must-have for me.
Green Arrow.
And I paired him with Metahuman Flash and Reverse Flash, so great team there. Probably my favorite team in the game, if not one of my favorites. Red Lantern and Yellow Lantern were pretty cool. I'm not a big Green Lantern guy. I like him. I like Hal. He's my favorite Lantern. But at the same time, it's just not my favorite IP within the DC universe. Animated Harley I didn't use very often, but I appreciate the design of her. And like I said before, Arkham Knight Harley Quinn is probably the Harley Quinn I used the most, because it was Arkham related. And she was pretty cool. Her combos were very easy to chain, and I did very well with her, so that's always a plus.
Harley Quinn.
Let's see. Oh, I forgot about Killer Croc. So yeah, they had Arkham Killer Croc. They added him from Arkham Asylum. Ended up getting 2 copies on this account. He's awesome.
Killer Croc.
I remember using him every once in a while. His passive is honestly nuts. It's nuts. But he's very cool. He's really menacing in game, as you can see. Look at his eyes. Let's scroll over to him, if you can kind of see. Look at that. Crazy. But I liked him a lot. He was really cool. I didn't use any of the Killer Frosts, really. Crypto Lex Luthor I only used in early game. I mean, Lex Luthor in this game's decent anyway. Bounty Hunter Lobo is just cool. I remember using him every now and then. He was always pretty interesting. I could never really ace his combos or anything like that. He's kind of difficult to use, at least in my opinion. But he was really cool. Batman Ninja Lord Joker I didn't use all that much. I'm just not a big anime guy, so the Batman Ninjas just weren't my favorite things. Martian Manhunter and Blackest Night Martian Manhunter I used pretty regularly. Martian Manhunter is one of my favorite DC characters. So obviously I went ahead and used him constantly. He doesn't even fit my phone screen because this is a very old game, guys. This is not optimized for the newer devices that are very small. So bear with me on
Martian
that.
Manhunter.
And then there's Blackest Night Martian Manhunter, which goes with the Blackest Night team. I used him pretty regularly as well. He's pretty cool. He had a lot going for him. He was pretty strong in the meta back then, from what I remember.
Martian Manhunter.
I didn't really use any of these. Here he is. This is probably my favorite card in the collection. This is the Reverse Flash from the CW show. I was able to get 2 copies. I wished I maxed him out. He was very difficult to get. You had to get him through the PvP in the game. You had to place like in the top, 10% of each season. which means you had to grind. And grinding in this game was difficult. It was very hard from what I can remember. So I got him where I could. I was a little kid, you know, I didn't have a lot of time to devote into grind. But, you know, that's okay.
The Flash.
He was my all-time favorite card in the game. Love this guy. He's awesome. He will always have a very special place in my heart. And I just love the character in the CW show. He's just my favorite. I'm hoping that they bring him to DC Worlds Collide at some point very soon. Because Reverse Flash is just it, man. He is just it. And then if they need to hire Anthony Starr for Reverse Flash in the DCU. I'm calling it now. I think he would be a very, very good Reverse Flash. A very vicious and just ruthless character. So if they do that, that's going to be pretty cool. But anyway, moving on from him, we have Classic Scorpion, which I was able to get 3 copies and get him up to 18k damage and stuff like that. So I used pretty regularly as well. He did wonders for my account. I just thought he was very cool. I like Scorpion. I like Mortal Kombat. So I always liked how they included those characters in the Injustice games and vice versa. And then there's Mortal Kombat X Scorpion. I use this guy all the time. I just really liked him. He's nowhere near the top of my account. He's not my strongest character. But he was one of the most fun to play, and I just love this Scorpion design. Something about it. I think it's the mask. I don't know. Just something. Always loved Mortal Kombat X.
Scorpion.
I have nostalgia for the game. That's where I got introduced to one of my favorite 2 characters. Aaron Black and Rain are my top 2 Mortal Kombat characters of all time. So I highly enjoyed, you know, playing with this Scorpion in this game. There's Shazam. I used somewhat. No, I didn't really use him all that much, to be honest. Antimatter Sinestro was good, but I never really used him. I didn't use any of these. Here's a character that I did use pretty regularly, and that is Static Shock. This guy's combos could chain so easily, and you could take out your opponent so quickly. I honestly really miss this guy's combos, because they were nuts. But I used him pretty regularly. He's not strong at all. He's very weak on my account, but he was always fun to play, and that's all that matters. Excuse me. Base Superman. As you can see, I got 3 copies of him on my account, so he's at 10k damage, 20k health. I used him from time to time. He was kind of like a character that I would go back to if I couldn't use anything else. And he did the job. He was pretty strong. He's not my favorite, though. He's by no means my favorite Superman in the game. He's far from it, actually. But he's not bad. He's not a bad character.
Superman.
Dawn of Justice Superman I used from time to time.
Superman.
He was pretty cool, but honestly, I'm not a Henry Cavill Superman guy. Don't get me wrong, I love Henry Cavill. I love him as a person and an actor, but he's not my Superman. He's not. I love the new guy in the DCU. Normally I know his name, but I'm completely blanking right now, I'm not gonna lie. Let's see. Godfall Superman. This is probably the Superman I used the most. I just really like the design. I thought he was pretty cool. He did a lot of cool things in his kit too, with his freeze and all that, from what I can remember. So I used him pretty regularly. I just really liked his card design too. Prison Superman I got very early. Rarely used him. He's not that great. Same with those. Probably my top... This card is within the top 3 of my favorite cards in the game. It's Arkham Knight from Batman the Arkham Knight. As you can see, I ranked him up pretty high. I had 4 copies of him. So he's one of my strongest characters, as he should be, because he's awesome. But this guy took me through so much content, and I just loved him. Loved him. Both as a character and in-game, I thought his kit was great. His damage was great. you know, all that jazz. He was just a really good card to use.
Arkham Knight.
And he paired well with all the cards that I like to use, you know, with them being Arkham. So, can't go wrong there. Earth 2 the Flash was pretty cool. He had some good stuff going for him. I used him from time to time. Not my favorite Flash in the game, but he's definitely not the worst.
The Flash.
Now for my favorite Flash in the game, and I kind of talked about him earlier, is Metahuman the Flash from the CW
The
show.
Flash.
I used this guy religiously, along with Reverse Flash and Green Arrow from the CW show. This guy took me through a lot of the content. Loved him, loved using him. His combos were really easy to get going. Very easy to use, really fun, really rewarding and punishing for your opponents too. You can chain him in Reverse
The Flash.
quite a bit, and I remember taking out most of my opponent's health within the first minute of the fight. So, very, very strong. And then, probably one of my, one of the last cards that I've used towards the bottom half of this deck, or whatever card collection, whatever you want to call it, is Arkham Origins Joker.
The Joker.
I was able to get 2 copies. I got him pretty late in the game, though. I got him right before I stopped playing, because I had to switch over to iPhone and I lost all my progress. So I did have to stop playing for a long time, and I just recently switched back to Android, so I'm able to, recover and see all this stuff back again, and get my account back. But I used this guy. He is probably the best Joker in the game, in my opinion. Or at least he was. He's cool. I like him a lot. I just really love Arkham Origins. It's my favorite Arkham game.
The Joker.
It's great. Highly recommend if you haven't played it. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for all the golds that I really used. Let's show you my silvers. So, I used Bane Regime from time to time. I didn't really use these guys. Green Lantern I used from time to time, not really. Regime the Flash I used more consistently, and then the Joker I used constantly, as you can see, because he was ranked 7. I used him constantly. This guy helped me through a lot of the challenge content and stuff like that. But he's really good. Let's see.
The Joker.
And as far as my bronze characters, Regime Catwoman, I remember her doing a lot of bleed damage and stuff like that, so she was very useful. Cyborg was pretty bad. Deathstroke was bad. Green Arrow, I mean, he's Green Arrow. He's not that great, though, in bronze. And then Green Lantern, I used religiously. He was Elite 7. And he did wonders for me as well. And I just kind of like that design for Green Lantern. I thought it was pretty neat.
Green Lantern.
And then... let's see. And then Sinestro.
Sinestro.
I used him pretty regularly. And then, obviously, last but not least, I used the Flash.
The Flash.
Base Flash carried my account early game constantly. Elite 7 was awesome and crazy, but he boosted my account very, very high, and I was able to take out a lot of the early game content with him. But that is my characters, and that is my Injustice Gods Among Us progression guide from... I don't even know, guys, but at least 4 to 7 years. 4 to 8 years in total. I've been playing this game since I was a kid. So, that's all for the video. So thank you so much for watching. Please smash that like button, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace!